Yes, so guys, my name is Rishabh. Thank you for subscribing and watching. Here's your update on the Manchester United news. Dortmund have made it clear from the outset that no sale would be sanctioned unless the demands were met. That is yet to happen with those at Old Trafford where you're splashing the cash amid coronavirus enforced financial concerns. With no deal in place, Favre has suggested that the matter is now closed. In his eyes, Sancho is going nowhere and has committed to spending the 2020-21 campaign in Germany. The Dortmund boss told Swiss news agency, "We need him, no question." Everyone was happy that he stayed. We don't need to talk about its qualities; they are enormous. He scores and he sets up a lot of goals and can often make all the difference. But there are some details that Sancho needs to improve. This is quite normal for a 20-year-old. Favre is working with several exciting youngsters at Dortmund. Sancho is joined in the BVB ranks with the likes of Erling Haaland and Giovanni Reina, with big things expected. Of course, Reina is amazing, as you all know. Jude Bellingham is another teenager to have added to Favre's squad, having been snapped up from Birmingham City. And the Bundesliga heavyweights are pleased with what they have seen from the 17-year-old midfielder. Of course, I'm looking forward to working with a player like him, said Favre. I got to know him better during the presentation. I like how he handles the ball and how he can defend it. Jude possesses many tactical options and an amazing presence. He can play as an 8 or 6, plays good passes, 6 completion. Various systems are possible with him. It's all very interesting. Dortmund is set for a DFB Pokal clash with Duisburg on Monday before opening the 2020-21 season at home to Borussia Mönchengladbach on Saturday as they aim to close the gap on champions Munich. Here's another piece by Chris Burton. Manchester United should have put their interest in Manchester United should put their interest in Jadon Sancho to bed and focus on putting a smile back on the face of Real Madrid outcast Gareth Bale, says Paul Parker. The Red Devils have pursued the England international winger before and during the summer transfer window. No deal has been done with Dortmund, making it clear that they have no intention of parting with Sancho. United are now being urged to turn their attention elsewhere, with reports suggesting that Wales international forward Bale may be back on the radar. 31-year-old has endured a tough time in Spain of late and is actively looking for a way out of Santiago Bernabeu. Parker believes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be throwing the Old Trafford doors open to a player who still boasts the ability to be a match winner on his day. The former United defender told the Talking Devils podcast, "German clubs are brilliant in the transfer market and fair play to them for that. They want to make a huge profit on what they paid for Sancho. They want United to be mugs who will pay for it." So if you can go and get Bale, who has played in numerous Champions League finals and has the pedigree, he's going to cost 300,000 a week. All you have to do is get a smile back on his face, get him oiled and get the dust out of him. On a short-term basis, he could be fantastic and you might find Sancho is 40% cheaper next year. Be the big club that you are, put Sancho to bed. Tell Dortmund you're not dealing with them anymore. Parker has never been convinced that Sancho is the right option for United, with the ex-England defender of the opinion that there are other areas of Solskjaer's squad in greater need of attention than wide attacking roles. He added, "Sancho is potential, there's no other way to say it. He's done well for the second best team in Germany, but he had 20 minutes against Iceland and was flat apart from that and then he never did anything against Denmark. He's done okay, but United have players like that. They need an out-and-out centre forward, someone who wants to score goals. Martial did okay, but he disappears. When it doesn't go well for him, he just disappears. Yeah, I guess that's Martial. Martial is the kind of player. On his day, he's the best, but it has to be his day, guys. When it's not his day, it's just nothing, no assist, no good pass, no good pre-pass or pre-assist, nothing of value. When he's down, he's just gone. He's just zero. He's just, "Don't look at me," sort of stuff. And that's Martial. When he's having an off day, he's just, you can't. But that's expected out of a 20, 21 or whatever Marshall is. He's not that old. Everyone has an off day. Each and every guy has an off day. Um, but yeah, so in short, Jadon Sancho deal is off. People are asking United to go after Manchester for go after Bale, and so the third thing was that yeah, Sancho's a done deal. They have a good project going on at Dortmund. He doesn't want to come. Maybe next year is gonna be 40% cheaper. Who knows? But yeah, the Bale, can you really get him? Can you really get? Is it really possible for Bale to come to United? I'm not really sure. I think there are some reports that Jose Mourinho also wants him at Tottenham. What about his salary? He's on humongous wages. He's only going to be fit for 15 days or 15 to 20 matches in a year. Is he really worth it for all that? Is he still gonna cry once he moves back to England, whether it be Tottenham or whether it be United? Uh, all this are a big if. My money would be he stays where he is and he continues cribbing for a long time. I hope I am wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I mean, yeah, Ratchik. So yeah, we have another report which says that United eyes Serbian midfielder Rasic, I'm getting this wrong, but it is basically Racic. So Manchester United has already spent 45 on one midfielder. I think we have a decent team. I mean, it's not a title-winning team per se. It's so the range that I would put it is between position 3 and position 6. First two Liverpool and City, and 3 is the best that we can do right now. And a Champions League, maybe like a Group 16, and then go back to Europa League, and then go out in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. That's what I think. That's like the standard thing. Maybe a semi-final run for FA Cup, or a semi-final run to Carabao. I don't have many big hopes for United. I'm not one of those fans. I know there are a lot of guys predicting. There's one guy who predicted position 2 in the EPL for United. I'm not that sort of a guy. More of a realist. I've had my hands burned all throughout. Of course, I'll change my opinion in the future when they're on a run. And if they're not on a run, I'll again change my opinion to say bottom half of the table or whatever. But you gotta go by history. You gotta go by history. What history tells you. United not very good in the past 7-8 seasons unless something miraculous happens and they go bonkers over it. Don't expect top 1, top 2. This is just my opinion. Yeah. So getting back. So United eyed a Serbian midfielder who's arrived from Red Star in 2008 for around 2 million, but hasn't settled in Spain and spent time on loan at Famalicão in Portugal and Spanish outfit Tenerife. The Serbia under 21 international has a 100 million release contract at Valencia, but Valencia are struggling financially and they would be open to 30 million. Central midfield doesn't seem an obvious place for United to be adding players right now because they have Pogba, they have Bruno Fernandes, and now they have Van de Beek, they have Matic, and they have Scott McTominay, and they have Fred. So, although Matic, Scott McTominay, and Fred, not sure whether they can start, but yeah, at least in the trio of Paul Pogba, of course, whether he's fit, whether he wants to play, whether he doesn't want to play, what's going on with him is a completely different story. Every time we do a podcast, I don't want to touch on that. The guy's he has something in his head which he has to sit down and figure out for himself. But Van de Beek seems promising. Bruno Fernandes was the difference in the second part of the season last year. So central midfield doesn't seem an obvious place for United to be adding players right now as they continue to make Dortmund winger Sancho a priority. But the Serbian midfielder would provide competition to compatriot Matic as a 32-year-old nears the end of his career. That's it for me, guys. Thank you. Look forward to the next update.